Hi crocheters of the world, I'm Oana and this is Oana's Crochet channel on YouTube, and in this tutorial I will show you, I want to present you, so I want actually to work with you this new project of mine, this new crochet cardigan, which I called it Rhapsody of Arrows. And why? Because as you can see, there are three versions of the arrow stitch that I already presented you, each of them in one tutorial, and I put them together and I create this. Now let's see the structure of the video and of the written instructions, because as you know I did the tutorial, the video tutorial, and of course I wrote on my blog the instructions. And because it's a stitch that is not difficult, but it's not the double crochet or the half double crochet, so it's a stitch pattern, let's say, I had to work the raglan increases in a way to be, how can I say, in harmony with the stitch pattern, and I did it. But that's why for the yoke we will work, so we need to understand, you need to understand 4 rows. These 4 rows will be repeated for the entire yoke. Now on the written instructions I describe it in 3, 4, 5 sizes. So it's small, medium, it's large, extra large, and this extra large. Okay, now I began, of course, the written instruction with all the things that you need, the basic things like the yarn, the hook, and so on, the quantity of yarn, and then I described one sequence. So, into the written instructions and in the tutorial you will, so the most important word, the key word is sequence. And what is this sequence? Now, you, first of all, so the most important thing, so the thing that you have to do it right now, before you begin your cardigan, is to work a swatch of this stitch. And then you will understand which is the sequence. It's actually one little arrow. It's one sequence, and it's very important because, as I said, it's the key word for all these projects. Okay, so let's go on with the written instructions. We have the description of the yoke, of course. And what is the structure of a yoke in a top-down construction? What is the 4 raglan increases. And what is a raglan increase? It's a double increase. And then we have the increases for the neckline shape. And I choose to work the neckline in a V shape. Now, the increases at the beginning and the end, at the end of the row, are actually the simple single increases that we doubled, so we just doubled to work the raglan increases. Okay, so a raglan increase is nothing else but a single increase worked 2 times. Why 2 times? Because we need to create this nice line of increases for the sleeve on one side, for the front side, or sleeve and back side, back side and sleeve, sleeve and front side. Okay, that's why the raglan increases must be 2. Now, usually in between the 2 raglan increases, the 2 increases for the raglan, There are some stitches just for the sake of beauty, so, or aesthetic thing, okay? So there are some stitches or chains. Now I choose to put 2 chains, so you will see there will be a 2 chain space that actually divide the 2 raglan increases, okay? So hope I am trying here to get the things more clear for you, so hope I did it, hope I can succeed, of course. Because maybe at the beginning this project can be a little bit difficult, but believe me, it's not. If you work the swatch first, so work the swatch first. I want to underline this thing. Okay, now the yoke, then the division, of course, this is very important part. 2, after the yoke, the division, then we work the body, and I actually wrote down how to change, to switch to the other 2 arrow stitches, and it's really easy, you don't have to put more stitches, nothing, just to continue on switching to one arrow version to another. And then it's, of course, how to work the sleeves, and it's more or less the same as for the cardigan, only that you're working round and the stitch will have some little changes because it's worked in round. Then will be the border and the buttonholes, and the last thing, but very important, the border here, okay, and these borders. Now actually when I finished the cardigan, I was just happy with it where it was, and I don't know, just watching and watching, it was like an idea that came into my mind with this border. I said, oh my gosh, this is something that, I don't know, comes to complete actually the project. Now, another thing, this is really nice and perfect for women. But if you work only this stitch, this first version of arrow stitch, we can actually work a cardigan for men. Actually, I have in mind to work one for my husband. Of course, I must ask him first, because just I want to be sure that he is okay with this idea of mine, but I really like it. And maybe with the yarn a little bit more thicker than this one. This is a thin and delicate yarn, and I think that for a man a little thicker yarn must be better. Okay, now I explain a little bit the structure of the written instructions, but you must have patient, of course, and calm, and watch the video. First work the swatch, then watch the video, read the written instructions, and I'm sure that you will be able to work it. Now, it's not a beginner project, of course, it's intermediate to advanced. But who am I to, I don't know, say no at a beginner if you just want to try it, to give it a try? You understand what I mean? So if you want to do it, you just try it. I'm sure you will succeed. Okay, so I said the written instruction, a little, so how it's structured, you find it on my blog, and on the video I worked step by step the yoke. So the beginning, of course, with less stitches that I began here, the yoke, the chains, the 4 rows of the raglan increases that must be repeated for the entire yoke, and then the division, because these are the most important part. These are the parts that must be seen to understand them. Okay, so that's why in the tutorial I focused only on these parts, because it's the most important. So actually the parts, as I said before, the part that must be seen to be understood. Okay, so now that I think I've told you all that I had to do the tutorial. I wish you happy crocheting, and of course don't forget to subscribe for more other tutorials on crochet and knitting. So see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye. So let us begin with our project. I began here with 70 stitches, 70 single crochets, so 71 chains, and on these 71 chains you just work 70 stitches, but this is a little swatch, will be a cardigan for a little girl. So you will choose from the written instructions the size that you want to work, and then you will work the chains and the first row of single crochets as is written in the written pattern. Okay, written instructions. Now what I want to say is that from here we will work the sequences. So first of all I want to underline this aspect: don't begin with the cardigan before you work your you have worked your swatch of the pattern stitch. It's very important to understand what a sequence is. Now on this little swatch I will have 6 sequences for the back and 2 sequences for each sleeve. Okay, on the written instructions you have actually at the beginning the size, the number of chains, and the number of sequences that you must have for that size, for the back side and for the sleeves, for both sleeves, of course, for one sleeve, sorry, because it's exactly the same number that you must have for the other sleeve. So it's very important that you know that. Okay, now let us begin with the first row. And the first row, so actually what I'm working here, it's exactly the same with the cardigan worked in different sizes, only that I will work on less sequences. Okay, so I will chain 3 and I will work into the same very first stitch 2 more double crochets, and the chain 3 stands for our border double crochet, and the 2 more double crochets are for our first single increase for the neckline. Okay, now into the very next stitch I will work my first raglan increase, which means I will work 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 more double crochets, and now I will begin with the sequences for the sleeve. So chain 1, skip 1 single crochet and work 5 double crochets, and this 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and now again chain 1, and actually 5 double crochets plus a chain 1 are the very first part, so the foundation for our sequence. Okay, so the sequence as I wrote down on the written instructions, this the sequence is formed with 5 on, actually is worked on 6 stitches, and for the first time you will have 5 double crochet and chain 1, but then you will see you will have 1 but from the swatch you will understand, so that's why I said just work the swatch. Now skip 1 single crochet, insert hook into the next, and work your second sequence. And for this one, this little swatch that it's not that little, but for this swatch I will work like this. So I have my 2 sequences for the sleeve, and now I chained 1 and I skip 1 chain, and I want to work my second raglan increase. So as I said before, you will work exactly the same, but only that you will have more sequences to repeat. So chain 5 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1 chain, and so on. Okay, that's all. Okay, now we will continue on. So chain 1, skip 1 chain, and continue on with 6 sequences to repeat. So one sequence is 5 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1 chain, and do this, work this for 5 more times if you want to work the swatch with me. But maybe if you have some acrylic yarn, I don't know, some yarn that you don't want to use it in a important project, you can just work this little swatch, because I will show you all the yoke. So the most important thing is the yoke. So if you want to be sure that your cardigan in your size will be perfect, just work this little swatch, and then I'm sure that you will understand the way it is, that the construction of this pattern, of this cardigan, and you will be able to work it in your size. Okay, so let me finish these 5 more sequences. So I have here all my 6 sequences for the back side. As you can see, there are 6, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I finished my last sequence, so it's 5 double crochet, chain 1. Now I will skip 1 stitch, insert hook into the other, and I want to work my raglan increase. And what I want to say is that the raglan increase is nothing else but a double increase from our single increase. And our single increase is this one at the beginning, at the end of the row, each row, for the neckline shaping. So it's these 2 double crochets worked together. So to work a raglan increase, we worked 2 times 2 double crochets together, and we just divide these 2 groups with chain 2. So maybe it's easier for you to understand. Okay, that's why I am explaining this, let's say, details. So chain 2, and into the same single crochet we want to work 2 more double crochets, and now we have our third raglan increases. We know that we must have 4 of these, so we will put 1 more. Now first of all, we want to work the 2 sequences for the other sleeve. So skip 1 stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and work 5 more double crochets. Chain 1, again skip 1 stitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, work the last raglan increase, okay, and into the last stitch work 3 double crochets together, which means, what is the meaning of these 3 double crochets together? Oh, I have to chain, did I? No, I don't. I forgot to chain 1. So even if we don't skip 1 chain, 1 stitch, we chain. always chain, and this is something that I wrote down and a written instruction. Always chain 1 after you complete one sequence, and after and before and after one raglan increase. So you have a chain 1. Okay, I think I forgot to say and to work it here. Yes. Okay. No, I did it. Okay, so always chain 1. Now I have my 3 double crochets, so you finish the row with 3 double crochets. 2 are the last, so the second single increase for the neckline shape, and 1 is double crochet, border double crochet, I named it in the written instruction. So this is the first row, and this is the most important, because from here, so if you work this here, so will be really easy to construct your sequences and to go on actually with the pattern. So each second row will be a single crochet row, and actually in the written instruction I wrote exactly the same thing. So I gave you at the beginning in one note, I gave you the explanation of the single crochet rows, because as I said, you finish one double crochet row, you work one single crochet row, and that's why I have here a little swatch that I was working on. And you must have it, you must have a little swatch, make some more rows of, because this is one sequence. Okay, so it's really important to you to understand actually what a sequence means. Okay, and so the pattern stitch is 1 row of double crochet, 1 row of single crochet. Why we must have this single crochet row? Because we have only the front side, the pattern, the stitch, the pattern stitch is only on the front side, as you can see, which means on the back side we have something flat. So that's why on the back side we work single crochet, because we work the pattern actually only on the right side. Okay, now for the, let me just explain. So chain 1 for the single crochet on the wrong side, always work wrong side, single crochet. It's really stupid easy. So we actually work 1 single crochet in each double crochet across, and chain where we chained actually on the previous row of double crochets, which means here we have 3 double crochets, perfect. We just go on and work 3 single crochets. Here we have 1 chain, perfect, 1 chain. Here we have 2 double crochets, okay, just work 2 double crochets. So you understand, it's that easy. Here we have 2 chains, perfect, 2 chains. So this is it, that's it. That's why I said it's stupid easy, because you just repeat exactly the stitches as they are, only that. For double crochet you work single crochet, and for chain you work as many chains as they are. So into the raglan stitches you will have 2 chains, for the rest you will have just 1 chain. Okay, continue on, and I'll be back to show you actually how to begin the pattern. Just one more thing I want to tell you, that actually the increasing part, the raglan increases and the simple increases, it's worked on 4 rows. Why 4 rows? And these 4 rows are to repeat for the length, actually for the shape of the yoke. Okay, so if you understand these 4 rows, you have ready your cardigan. Okay, and in each row, why are 4 rows to repeat? Because in each row we will a little bit change the way we increase. And why this? Because when you work with a pattern stitch, you want to, I don't know, incorporate the raglan increases into the pattern stitch. This is the idea, and this is what I did here. Okay, and that's why we have 4 rows for the increase to repeat. So I'm back because I finished my single crochet row, and now I am ready to show you how to continue on with the second double crochet row. And it's the second row of the raglan increase. So chain 3 for the first, the border double crochet, and we have the group of 2 double crochets. Now into the first, of course into the single crochet over the double crochet, work 1 double crochet, into the next work 2 double crochets, which means you worked an increase. Now for the single increase for the neckline, we have a group of 3 double crochets. Now we will chain 1 and we will work the double increase exactly as this one, only that we will chain 2 and we will make it double. So 1 double crochet, into the next 2 double crochets, chain 2, and now we will begin with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and 1 double crochet. And now we have our groups of 3 double crochets on one side and the other side of the chain 2. So this is the second double crochet or raglan increase. Okay, now as for the sequences, from now on we will work them exactly like this. Okay, so yarn over twice, and now we have 5 double crochets. And into the tutorial, actually in the tutorial exactly of the stitch, I told you to work into the 3rd double crochet around it, the triple crochet. But now I want to show you another version that I used actually for my cardigan, and I think it's a little bit, it's more, what do I say, more flat, more, I like it. Okay, so instead of working around the stitch, we will go on, insert hook into the single crochet below this the 3rd double crochet. So where we work the 3rd double crochet, okay, into this single crochet, insert hook, yarn over twice, of course, insert hook into it, and we go out with the hook on the right side of the double crochet. Okay, so take your yarn, pull up a loop and work your triple crochet. Now we have to work 3 double crochets. So we skip the first of the 5, we work 3. We skip it because we already worked for it 1 triple crochet. Now yarn over twice, and the second triple crochet we will work it in the same single crochet, but we want to go out with the hook at its left side. Okay, now I will show you one more time, don't worry. And that's it. Now chain 1, don't forget to chain 1, and let me show you just one more time. So yarn over twice, this is my double crochet, 1, 2 is the 3rd, and into the single crochet below it where you actually worked it. Okay, insert your hook and go out with your hook on its right side and pull the yarn. Okay, now yarn over and work your triple crochet. Okay, work, you skip 1, work 3 double crochets of our 5. Actually from the next row we will have only 3 to work, and yarn over twice again into the same single crochet, insert hook, but go out with the hook on its left side, so on the left side of our double crochet. Okay, and that's it. Now it's like this that I will work. You can continue on working front post double crochet, triple crochets around the post of the 3rd double crochet if you want to. So it's your choice actually, the version that you will use. Okay, so it's perfect if you use that one too. And now I'm again chain 1, I'm again into the next raglan increase. So I will work 1 double crochet into the first single crochet, 2 double crochets for the next, chain 2, and I will repeat, but I will work first the increase and then the double crochet. Now I will finish my second row, so that's it. Actually, this is the second row of our 4 rows to repeat for the raglan increase. Okay, now I will continue on with this second row, exactly the same. Don't forget to finish as you began with 3 double crochets, so an increase and 1, and of course the border double crochet, don't forget about it. Then I will work my single crochet row because that is really easy, and I will be back to show you the third row of double crochets of the 4 rows to repeat. So I completed my second double crochet row and I completed my single crochet row, and I'm back to show you how to work the third double crochet row for the increase part, raglan increase part of the yoke. Okay, so we begin exactly as for the first 2 with the chain 3, which is the double crochet border. And now here we have our group of 3 double crochets. Now into this row we will increase by completing actually a sequence. This is a sequence. So what we have to put actually are these 2 triple crochets. Now let us do it. So yarn over twice for the triple crochet, and always insert hook where you work your increase. So you know, into the second row of double crochets you work 1 double crochet in one stitch and 2 double crochets in the other, or there's no important where you put your increase, but now it's important to insert hook into the single crochet where you work your increase with a double crochet. So here it is mine, and we want to go out on the right side of the second single crochet of the group of 3. And now we are ready to work our first triple crochet. Now, and here is a trick. I want to know, here I have my 3 double crochets. Now here is the chain, so I am always searching on the left side the chain, and from here I count 1 2 3. So here, where is the increase, I have only 3, and now I know that I have to work my 3 double crochets here. Okay, now I will work my second one. So yarn over twice and into the same single crochet we insert hook. Only that we will go out on the left side of the same second double crochet of the group of 3. Here it is. Now pull up a loop and go on and work your second triple crochet. And now not only that we have, so we actually increase. This is the simple increase for the neckline, but we also completed a sequence more. And now we will chain 1. Don't forget, always chain 1 after each sequence is complete. Now yarn over twice again, and now we have the raglan increase. We have 3 and 3, so our 2 groups of 3 double crochets divided by a chain 2. Okay, now again exactly the same rule. So I insert the hook into the single crochet where I worked my 2 double crochets together. It can be the first or the second, there's no problem. Okay, I insert the hook into this one, and I want to get out on the right side of the second double crochet. Always first right side. Now again the trick. So it's here that I have 2 double, I have a chain 2, and from here I will count. Now I have here 1 2 3, and into this one I insert my hook and work my 3 double crochets. Okay, yarn over twice, and now again into the same single crochet, but I will go out on the left side of the same second double crochet, and I work my first increase of my first raglan increase. Now of course I will chain 2, yarn over twice, and I want to repeat. Now I have here my increase, so insert hook into the single crochet with the increase, go out on the right side of the second double crochet and complete your triple crochet. Okay, now search for your chain 1, and from here count 1 2 3 and chain 1 space, of course, and work your 3 double crochets. Yarn over twice, insert hook into the same single crochet, but you have to go out on the left side of the second double crochet of the group of 3, of course. Now chain 1, and we will begin to work our sequences. Now this is what we have to do in this third row of double crochet just to increase. Okay, and now let me show you how to continue how to work the sequences. We have the 2 sequences of the sleeve, and on the written instruction you have how many sequences you must complete. Okay, yarn over twice. And here we have our 3 double crochets in the middle, but on a completed sequence we have 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5, between one chain 1 and the other, okay, which means we have 3 double crochets, but we have 2 triple crochets too. And I insert hook into the single crochet in the below the double crochet, second double crochet of the group of 3, and I work my first triple crochet. And now to count them, that's why I said we have 5, because now to count where I have to work my first double crochet of my group of 3, I will search for my chain 1 space on the left side of the sequence, and I will count 4. 1 2 3 4, because the 5th one is the one that I always skip. And now I am sure that it's here, the place that I want to work my first double crochet, and I will complete with 2 more. Okay, and now to complete a sequence, yarn over twice, insert hook into the single crochet, same single crochet, but get out on the left side of the double crochet, second double crochet of the group of 3. Okay, and that's why. So now you know how to work a sequence, and now you know how to work the third row of increases for the raglan increases, and that's it. Now we all what we need to know now is the 4th row, how to work it. But if you understand all that I explained you until now, it's the rest of it is really easy. So the sequence and the increases, how they are actually, as you can see, can you see them? So into the first double crochet row we worked 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Into the second double crochet row we work 3 double crochets, which means into one of our double crochets we work 1, and into the next we work an increase, and we created our group of 3 double crochets. And into the third, this one, we worked the triple crochets. Okay, and into this one, so into the first 2 yarns, into the first 2 rows we increase just one stitch on one increase, because as I said, the raglan increase is a double increase. We always increase one side and the other side, so we actually increase 1 into the first and into the second. Now we increase with 2 stitches, and into the next, the last actually, for the 4 rows to repeat, I will explain you why. And why? Because we had to complete the sequence. And now let me just finish all. I will work exactly the same, so the raglan increase exactly the same that I did here, and then the sequences, all the sequences as they are, exactly as I worked this one, so nothing else. So I finished my 3rd row of the 4 for the increase pattern and raglan increase and shaping the v-neck, and let's get started with the 4th. Now as you can see, I already put some markers in the corners just for you to understand actually how it looks. Now at the end of this 3rd row, as you can see, we have here on the sleeve we began with 2, so with 2 sequences, and now from one corner to another we have 4, and on the back side we began with 6, and now from one corner to another we have 8, so 2 more. So at the end of each 3rd row of this 3 rows, you will have 2 more sequences, and into the 4th row we will work all the sequences as they are. So you work all the sequences, and the only thing that you will work in the corner is the chain 2. That's all. So why in this row we don't want to increase? Because into the 3rd row we increase twice. So normally when we work a double crochet pullover, we increase in each raglan increase once, so 1 on each side, let's say. And for the 1st and the 2nd row we did the same thing, so we increase once, so with 1 stitch for each increase we have a double increase, so for each we put 1 more, we add 1 more stitch. But into the 3rd we put 2 stitches, or the 2 triple crochets. Because of this, into the 4th row we just work all the stitches as they are, actually all the sequences. So for the front side we have 2 sequences. We begin with our chain 3 because this is our border double crochet, and now we just work the sequences as they are, all of them. Okay, so that's it. This is the chain. I always look for the chain, and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 4th I insert my hook and work from there 3 single crochets. Now I know that these 3 are actually in the middle, so I have 1 triple, and now I will complete with my 2nd triple, and that's it. Always work into the single crochet below the double crochet, 2nd double crochet of the group of 3. So here always. Okay, once we go out on the right side, and for the 2nd we go out on the left side. Okay, so that's it. As you can see, it's not difficult. So I will repeat one more time my 4 rows, and how you have to repeat them. It's really easy. You will begin, so you will work this row and then a single crochet row, of course, and you will repeat easily. How you began here, you work the chain 3 and the 2 more double crochets for the single increase. Okay, so you will work exactly the same thing. Into the chain 3 you will work so you will begin, with a chain 3 plus 2 more double crochets, and into the raglan increase, so easy. Into the chain 2 you will work 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then into the 2nd row you will work on the 2 double crochets, 1, and into the next an increase. On the 3rd row you will just work the triple crochets. On the 4th row you will work all the sequences as they are, and of course you will have 2 more for each part of the cardigan, so for front side, for sleeve, and for back side. Okay, now let me finish one, just because I want to show you how to divide for the sleeves, and I think I have to work just at least one more time just to have, for you to have an idea of how it is structured. Okay, and then I will show you how to divide, and it's really easy. So if you understand the way we increase, but I think you understand it because it's easy. It's a little bit strange because we are working in pattern, in this beautiful pattern, but it's really easy. Now another thing, I think, so from my point of view, this can be a very beautiful cardigan for a man too. So I finished the yoke, actually, yes, I think I finished it, even if the proportion here are not exactly those that we need. It's in the tutorial. I just want to show you the most important parts. So I wanted to show you how to increase the 4 rows, you know, for the increase. And look at this raglan increase, how nice it is. So it seems to be part of the pattern stitch, and this is what actually I wanted. Okay, so look at it, isn't it just beautiful? Okay, so, and it's so easy. Now I repeat it one more time, the 4 rows, double crochet rows. So we, of course, I worked my single crochet rows 2 in between them, and now the division row will be a single crochet row. So you finish one, you finish the 1 to 4 fourth row, and you stop there. After you finish your 4th row, you complete your 4th row. You don't want to work the single crochet row because this will be the division row, but in the written instruction we have this nice and clear, okay, described. So to divide, we just want to, now first of all, of course, I put 2 more sequences for each part. So front side we have 4 from 2. On the sleeve we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from 4. So we began with 2, then 4, and now 6. And on the back side we have 10 from 8. So we began with 6, then 8, and 10. So actually, as you can see, here it is how we add our, it's here, okay? So we began with this, we added this one, and then this one. Okay, so how we add sequences. Now on the back side we have 10, and on the front side the total number of sequence is 4 plus 4, so it's 8. So which means after the division, so actually in the sizes that I put on in the written instruction, the same thing. So to obtain the same number of sequences here, on the written instruction I have the 3 sizes, and they are with 2 of them. I began them with a odd number of sequences, which means on the front side we will have one more sequence because we have 2 parts. A odd number we cannot divide in 2 equally parts, which means I added let's say 1 more sequence just to have my 2 equally parts here, but you will see in the written instruction it's really easy. Now here I have 8 and here 10. So after the division row, if you want to continue on with this little pattern, you will just have to continue for 4 more rows to increase. Actually the single increases at the beginning, at the end of the row, just to put 1 and 1 more sequences on one side, on the other side, to have the same number of sequences that you have on the back side, so 10. Okay, now to divide we just want to begin with the right front side. So chain 1, I already chained 1, and of course we will single crochet in each single crochet and chain in each chain. 3, 4, 5, 6, and chain 1, and so on, and go on. We want to complete all until we reach the first raglan corner, so the first chain 2 space, and there we want to stop because I will show you how to put, how many chains you have to put on the underarm. Okay, so I'm here, I have my chain 2 space, and now I want to skip the sleeve, of course, and to continue on with the back side. And for this, you know, we have to add some more stitches. Now the smallest amount of number that we can add is 7. Okay, so it's 6 plus 1 actually chains, and in the written instruction you have for each size actually how many chains you have to put. So I will put 7 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now skip the sleeve, and of course you just continue on from the first single crochet of the first sequence on the back side. And now continue on with all that you have here on the back side. You will work exactly the same for the other underarm, and you will skip the sleeve and continue on with the other front side. Okay, and then I will show you how to work actually the very first row of double crochet after the division row. So I finished this single crochet row. This is the division row, and now, as I said before, we will work all the stitches, all the sequences as they are, so front side. Then I will show you how to work on the chain, and for the next 4 rows we will want to increase single increase at the beginning at the end of the row, which means we will chain 3 for the border double crochet, and then into the same stitch work 2 more. This is the first row. At the end we will finish with, into the border double crochet, actually single crochet, we will finish with 3 double crochets. Then into the next, we just work the border double crochet, then 1 double crochet and 2 into the next. Okay, and into the next, into the third, we work our 2 triple crochets. Okay, so it's nothing difficult. And now I just continue on with my sequences. So with my pattern stitch, 1 2 3 4, with my pattern stitch until I reach the chains for the underarm, and right there I want to show you how to work over them. So I work the sequences on the front side, and now for the chains that we have here on the underarm, I chained 1, I will skip 1 chain, and into the next 5 I will work 5 double crochets, and into the next row of double crochets, over these 5 double crochets I will work actually my first sequence. And I have 1 chain that I will skip. So let me just show you how to work the sequence. So into the next row, into the 3rd double crochet, into the chain actually, where you worked the 3rd double crochet, exactly the same, insert the hook into the chain and work your first triple crochet on the right side, and the second one on the left side, and of course 3 double crochets in the middle, and that's all. So it's really easy. Chain 1, skip the last chain, and work your sequences on the back side, and that's all. Okay, for when you want to switch, you will switch to the other, the next, actually, you can continue on with the same stitch if you want to. So you don't have actually to use all the stitches, all 3 stitches that I used. But when you will want to switch to the others, arrow stitch, actually it's really easy, because this sequence is on 6 stitches and the other stitch pattern is multiple of 3. So you will work 2 sequences of that pattern stitch on 1 sequence of this one. So it's really easy, and you will keep, of course, the border double crochet. And for the other, the 3rd arrow stitch or zigzag stitch, I have here the little swatch. This is a multiple of 3 too. So we already have the multiple of 3. We just go on and work exactly the same, only that we change the stitch, but the multiple, it's exactly the same. Okay, so it's really easy. So that's it. Hope you enjoy. You have how to work the border all around, and all the rest you will find it into the written instruction. All that I wanted to show is this, because this was the part that was actually easier for me to explain it in a video. Okay, so happy crocheting. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this pattern for the cardigan, and don't forget to subscribe. See you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.